Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, it is going to be a review slash demo of the new Too Faced Undetectable foundation. Today's review is going to be a little different, you guys. Usually when I review a foundation, I already have the foundation in its packaging and everything, but I was a little bit skeptical about this foundation, you guys. I was not for sure if I was going to like it. Typically, if I feel like I'm going to love a foundation and I like the reviews that I've watched, then I will just go ahead and purchase it. But for this time, I decided to just get a sample of the foundation and then wear the foundation for a couple of days and then make my final decision on whether I will purchase the foundation or not. So yeah, you guys, that's just going to be the only difference when it comes to this foundation review today. So if you guys would like to see how this foundation works and a wear test of this foundation, then just continue to watch. So you guys should already know the drill if you are familiar with my channel. I always like to go over the packaging, but today I don't have the packaging, and then I like to move on to the information and what the claims are of the foundation. So that's what we're going to do in this portion of the video. Timestamps will be below if you just want to get right to the demo or right to the wear test. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. It does retail for $48 on the Sephora app and also TooFacedCosmetics.com. I do have the shade Chai, you guys, but I did mix it already on my palette with the LA Girl Blue Pigment. I do like to use this when I feel like the foundation is just a little bit too warm. And if you're familiar with Too Faced's foundations and how their shade range works, I do feel like all of their neutral shades pull more towards the warmer side versus other brands. I'm not even sure if Chai claims to be neutral, but this is my right shade. I just need to alter the undertone. So this foundation claims to be a undetectable formula that delivers up to 24-hour hydration and a color true wear that's transfer resistant, waterproof, and sweat and humidity proof as well. It claims to be medium to buildable coverage, and the highlighted ingredients are glycerin, vitamin E, and hyaluronic acid. And lastly, this is a natural finish foundation that reduces the appearance of pores, improves appearance of skin tone, and is a all-day fade proof. It claims to be non-cakey, non-pouring, non-streaky, and photo friendly. So I'm gonna be completely honest, you guys. I don't understand when they say it is a natural finish foundation. Like, does that mean it's going to be more matte, more dewy, or in the middle? I'm not really sure, but we will find out today. And another thing that I'm going to start doing, you guys, is not wearing a primer when it comes to my foundation reviews. I know that's kind of like a common sense thing. I probably should have been started doing that. But when it comes to foundations like this, when I'm not really sure what kind of finish is going to give me, I'd rather just start out without a primer, so that way I can see how the foundation holds up, and that will determine what primer I need to go in with. Do I need to go in with more of a dewy primer, or do I need to go in with more of a mattifying primer? And as of right now, I don't know how many shades this foundation line comes in, but I'll put it on the screen. So now we can just go ahead and get right into the demo. So I'm going to apply the foundation. Like I said, I already put some on my palette because I mixed it with that pigment. So it's been sitting here for a little while. So we're just gonna go right in. I'm gonna do one side of my face, of course. And since it says it's a natural finish, it doesn't really say anything about it being matte. What I'm gonna do is just let this sit on my skin for a little bit and just pray to God that I have a little bit of blend time, because this is how I normally apply foundations. But for some, you guys, I am not able to do this because it sets kind of quickly. So I just want to do this little method to determine if I am able to even do so with this foundation. So I'm just going to wave this side of my face. And of course, I'm going to take my favorite foundation brush of all time. This is the Huda Beauty Face Base brush. And now we're going to blend it out. And you guys, this is kind of the perfect time to start reviewing foundations to like test its coverage, because I have so many dark spots. I don't know if you guys were able to see, but I am in the process of pretty much getting my skin looked at and fixed, cleared up or whatever. So yeah, I had a lot of dark spots right here. And you guys, this is claiming to be medium coverage, but it covered up all of my dark spots. I can see it just a tad bit, just a little bit, you guys, but not much. I am very impressed with the coverage so far already, like off the bat. It's really, really nice. I feel like it's setting on my skin, but it's not drying down, if that makes any sense. Okay, you guys, look at that. So this is the before. I have dark spots on this side too, but nowhere near as much as this side. But this is the before, and then this is the after. It looks really nice, you guys, and I really do like the finish. Like I said before, it's definitely setting on my skin, but it's not like drying up. I still have like a subtle natural glow. I guess is where like the natural finish comes into play of what they meant. So now I'm just going to let that dry down just a little bit more, and then I'm going to go over some spots that I still see just to see if this is a buildable foundation, which it does claim to be. So I have some right here, and right here. And then on my forehead, right here. It's pretty much like the only spots where like I need a little bit more coverage. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm really liking how this is feeling on my skin, you guys. It feels really, really great. Yeah. This is what it's looking like. It's so nice. I really do like how it feels on the skin. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the rest on the rest of my face. And we're gonna do the same thing, you guys. I'm just gonna let the foundation just sit on the skin just for a little bit. So now I can definitely determine at this point that I'm able to do this little technique. So while I let this sit on my skin for a little bit, I'm going to apply this foundation on my eyelids. I always do this when I'm not going to be going in with eyeshadow. So I like everything to just have a nice even colored canvas. I don't like the darkness of my eyes peeking through when I have like a beat face. I just feel like it looks really weird. I'm just gonna apply that. And as you can see, you guys, I'm using pouncing motions when I blend out my foundation. I don't like to swipe. Those can like leave streaks in your foundation application, so I don't like to do that. And I definitely didn't need to like build up any more foundation on this side, so I'm just gonna leave it like how it is. But so far so good, you guys. I'm really liking how this is looking so far. So what I'm gonna do is just take my fan right here, and I'm just going to allow this to dry down a little bit, and then I will be right back to just show you guys if anything has changed. Okay, guys, so I am back, and I feel like nothing has really changed. I do feel like the foundation got just a tad bit darker, but as far as like the finish and how it looks on my skin, I don't really feel like anything has changed for real. So yeah, I'm satisfied with how everything looks so far. Like I said before, the coverage is really nice. I can tell you guys off the bat that this is not transfer resistant. I can definitely touch my face and then foundation will come off. And I've let this sit on my skin for about, I want to say like 3 minutes. So I feel like that's enough time to really determine if like the foundation is like dried down and everything like that, which it is, but it's definitely not transfer resistant, which is okay. I'm not really too, you know, tore up about that part. But yeah, you guys, I just want to hurry up and just do the rest of my makeup so I can really see how this all looks tied together. So I am going to do that off of camera because I'm filming some TikToks. So yeah, I will come back with the finished look. Okay, you guys, so I am back with the final look. This is just like my signature makeup look. I didn't do anything too crazy. This is just about the foundation. So you guys, I am absolutely obsessed with how this has came out. I was definitely not expecting, first and foremost, for the coverage to be this well. And when I say well, I mean so full coverage, you guys. And I am definitely a full coverage kind of girl, especially in a season like this, because my skin has just been looking crazy lately. So I am definitely so happy that I came across a foundation that has such nice coverage. You guys seen in the demo portion how I was able to do one layer of foundation and it covered up my dark spots for the most part. And I don't consider that a medium coverage foundation. I honestly consider that a full, being that it was able to just cover up majority of everything that I have on my face in one layer. But you guys, some people will actually consider that it is medium coverage because it didn't fully cover it, but it covered it for the most part. But it's definitely a buildable foundation that you can definitely build up to a more full coverage kind of look. Now there is two products that I use that I really thought was important to tell you guys. I use the One Size translucent powder, just a thin layer of it, you guys, just around this perimeter of my face, because everything else was pretty much covered with bronzer and blush and everything like that. So I just needed to set this side of my face, well, this portion of my face. So I just went in with a very thin layer, and then I went ahead and set my skin with the Anastasia Impeccable, what is this called? Yeah, the Impeccable setting spray. I love this setting spray so much, you guys. Like, it is amazing, and I honestly don't know why I don't use this more often. This is the kind of setting spray, you guys, that claims to be mattifying, which it is, but not only does it mattify and it sets your makeup really nicely, it also melts the powders before it actually sets the makeup, and it mattifies your skin and makes it look so smooth and so blurring. Like, I'm not even joking, you guys. I literally can tell a instant blurring effect when I use this spray. It does kind of spit out a little bit in some areas, you guys, but if you just go in with like your hand and just fan your face, or go in with an actual fan, it dries it up completely and everything is just left looking flawless. So I'm gonna just do a close-up so you guys can really see. As you can see, I do have a couple of pimples on my face, but it definitely got rid of all the redness and everything like that. It looks so smooth and so flawless. Like, I really like how my makeup has came out today. But you guys, I don't want to get too excited. We do have a wear test that we still have to go through. So I just really hope and pray that this foundation lasts and holds up, because if it does, I'm definitely going to be purchasing this today. So the current time is 10:53. So we could say it's 11 o'clock. So we are going to start the wear test right now. So this was at the 1.5 hour mark, and as you can see, this is what the face is looking like. I was trying to make sure you guys could like really see my face, but I feel like it was better in this lighting so you guys can really see everything on my face. So yeah, everything was still intact for the most part, you guys, looking the same. I will say this foundation feels so lightweight on my skin. So I was liking how everything was looking at this point. So moving on to a few hours later, at this point I've been around my family, laughing, smiling, and I also ate as well. So you guys, I was really impressed at this point with the foundation, because usually foundations settle into my smile lines a little bit more than what it had did at this point with this foundation. So I was really impressed by that. You can definitely see that my smile lines are pretty prominent, but the foundation definitely didn't accentuate it as much as other foundations do. So I was really impressed by that. And this is me at the 7.5 hour mark, you guys. I was extremely impressed with this foundation. At this point, my natural oils was definitely seeping through the foundation, but not as much. I feel like I have such a healthy, slight glow. Everything still looks super natural, doesn't look cakey or anything like that. Like I said, I had this foundation on for 7.5 hours at this point, and I feel like my natural oils was just starting to seep through. So yeah, you guys, I highly recommend this foundation if you have normal to combo or even oily skin. Honestly, if you have oily skin, I would just recommend a mattifying setting spray. The Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin one I heard was absolutely phenomenal, so I would definitely recommend that. But yeah, you guys, I love this foundation, and I hope you all enjoyed today's video.